Hello and welcome to another episode of the Comedians OutLuke podcast. I'm Luke Anthony and this is another exclusive Uganda special. For this episode I am joined by Jovan Lugave, who is an aspiring actor in Uganda, and he's now a close friend for me. He's a brilliant actor and is best known by Ugandans for his role in the comedy drama Five at Home. He's got great things coming. He's part of this brand new initiative called the Playwrights Playhouse. You'll hear all about that in this episode. But out of fear of revealing too much about our conversation, please join me in welcoming Jovan Lugave to the Comedians OutLuke podcast. Here he is. When did you start acting? How old were you when you...
I started real acting in 2011.
Okay. So after university?
It was when I was joining university. In fact, before I joined university. Because I was in my senior, my senior six vacation. Mm-hmm. Towards the end, that's when I got a chance to join acting. However, I was not acting. I used to work with a team.
Okay, so it was like amateur dramatics. Yeah.
Then later on, when I went to Makerere, that's when I...
What did you study at Makerere?
I studied drama and film.
Drama and film. So I know, from being with a Ugandan, that education is very important in Uganda to give you opportunity to grow and to get bigger. And obviously with acting, it's one of the most insecure job routes. So what did your parents think to you wanting to take this different route?
Well, at first my mother didn't like it.
Okay.
Because even when I was joining, when I was applying, I applied for sports science.
Okay.
A bachelor's of science in sports science.
Then
reaching there, I saw that I did arts in my A-level. Mm-hmm. I did HEGD. So there is no way my art was to be joined with the science at the university. However, I was given a science course.
Yeah.
But reaching there, my stepbrother sat me down and told me, "The guy, I don't think you can pull off this science course." So the best option was to run into the arts.
Okay.
And the arts, yes, I was already doing the art because I was working with Theatre Factory by then, and I was doing their costume and set designing. Yes. So he was like, "You're already connected. Why don't you just do the same course that you're doing, something that you're already in?"
Okay, so you've already been practicing acting and you're, something you're good at.
Yes.
So at the time when you started to do sports sciences, you didn't really know what you wanted to do. You knew that it was sensible to get a science behind you, but really it wasn't following your heart.
True story.
Okay.
But yeah, thank God I was changed because I think I was the only student I was brought into the drama.
Into the drama?
Yes.
Wow. So. And then Makerere University used to be I think linked to Cambridge University, where I'm in the UK. So
yes.
Did you have any links to Cambridge Footlights at all?
Me, no.
No. Okay.
Some people, yes.
Okay.
Some students.
The lucky ones.
Me, okay, not really lucky ones, but me, I was not into the books things.
No.
I was into gigs. I had gigs every day, so I used not to over concentrate in class.
So when you're doing gigs, your profession is acting, but what sort of gigs were you doing? I
would go for stage, I would go for
auditions.
Plays. Auditions, okay. I'd go for auditions. I get a play, I'm casted, then I have class.
Yeah.
So I would prefer doing my gig than go to class. However, I used to pass.
You still passed.
Maybe experience. But yeah.
So you've done a few successful things. You were on a sitcom, a TV series called Five at Home.
Yes.
Tell me a bit about that. I know it's not available to watch anymore, but I'd love to know about it.
No, it's still airing because it's on Pearl Magic.
Okay.
It's My Choice African channel. It
Uh-huh.
also airs on Fox Life sometimes.
Okay. So someone in the UK may be able to find a dodgy stream from Uganda.
Okay, I don't know if you can get it, but
if you can find it, find it.
If
you can find a good bootleg version.
There's one guy in the UK called Bossa. Bossa used to get our episodes from YouTube and air them out on his TV channel.
Okay.
Yeah. Though he stopped on episode 5. That's what he told me.
Oh, okay. Thank
you. He was
you.
telling me, can I get more? I'm like, boss, you have to first pay the producers.
Yeah, the royalties, yeah.
Copies. Yeah. But Five at Home first was shot in 2015. I was casted like twice. I was casted.
Yeah.
fired, then casted.
Okay, so they casted you, they sacked you.
Yes.
And then they hired you again. But then you told me the story was all centered around your character.
Yes. Matthew is this young, stubborn, smart boy.
Yeah.
In a family of 3 children. Matthew is the third. And so there are 5 people in the home. Then they had this other, the uncle and auntie. So, and Matthew was ever there in all the chaos that was being brought up in the house, all the chaos that really happened in the house. Matthew was inclusive, he would spearhead.
Oh, okay. So he's always the first one.
He used to cause a lot of chaos in the house. I remember there's a time in one of the episodes. Matthew was caught. Okay, he came back high. He'd
been taking drugs or?
They gave him a punishment during daytime. In his free time, he jumped out and went for beers. So coming back, in fact, beers and weed. So coming back, he finds his father in the sitting room, and Matthew was busy dancing, not knowing that the father was in the house. So he looked at this Matthew guy and was like, "But Matthew, what have I done? What haven't I done for you?" Matthew was like, "Hey, Daddy, you're here." Maybe that's your.
Was it a comedy? Was it a sitcom?
Yeah, it's a comedy. It's a family drama, family comedy.
So with such programs that go to national TV and like the UK, there's quite a good salary for those things. I mean, how did it pay? Did you have, sometimes they have a percentage of royalties, or because it seems to me that there was a lot of, I don't know, almost corruption attached to it.
I'd say the money being paid to us was not equivalent, and it was not. The contracts were not really followed at all. Yes, we signed contracts.
You signed contracts, yeah,
but they weren't followed at all. Somehow they weren't followed, and they used to underlook people's. If you're not on screen here in Uganda, if you're not on screen, you're not an actor.
Okay, I see.
So you have to fight hard to be on screen, so that when you're called for next project, you can have a very good deal.
Okay, so interestingly, like in the UK, with the West End, which is in London, it's like theatre, a lot of actors that are on TV tend to make their money mostly from doing long shows on the theatre and Broadway, sometimes in America as well. So it's interesting that they regard acting as just TV here, and that's where the money is.
Yeah.
But then you have to get a trustworthy person.
But I would say there are those projects that come in here in Uganda, and they're paying some good money. But that is if it is connected to the Western.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
If you get a chance of featuring in such movies, you'll get that good money.
So how many of you were fighting to be on Wakanda? Everyone would want to have been in Wakanda. Everyone. I said Black Panther.
I'm telling you, everyone is fighting. Each time auditions come in, we are calling on for actors, and it's a white thing. It's maybe Hollywood is coming in.
Yeah.
People will fight. You'll find people flooding.
Yeah.
Though here they could just call they call specific people. If you're good, in good terms with a producer, and that producer gets the chance to host the team here in Uganda, you're lucky. If you're not in good terms with that producer, you're not lucky at all. They will not even include you. They will call the old people to come and feature.
Yeah.
Yes. Even when they have a small role that you can act. At least they'll get Jovan, who is older, and make him young.
So how hard is it? I mean, it's a very difficult industry in anywhere, even in the UK, in America, everywhere. But it seems like this is when such opportunities come, sometimes the opportunities don't reach the people that are working the hardest in Uganda.
True.
And it's probably the same.
It's basically a family thing.
Okay.
Because I know of a family that usually does that. Hollywood usually contacts them.
Yeah.
And they will call a teacher to come and do my job, me the actor's job.
Yeah.
And even when you try to talk about it, of course, if I talk, who will help me out? No one. So here to survive as an actor, you have to be smart.
You have to be smart.
Yes. You have to be with other options.
So in the UK, we have websites called Spotlight, which is a website that is listed as it's the website, it's a directory of all actors in the UK. And I think that's even in America. Do you have any such agencies that you use here? Do you have an agent in?
You have agent. Yeah, yes, we have them. But they are not that
active.
They're active, but they're not that paying.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you, they will call you for an advert. Yes, Jovan, we've spotted you, you're good. We want you. You will go. Then they'll give you a contract that says you're being given 12 millions. 12 millions. You're getting 3. You're like, why? But I'm doing the job. Like, no. Did you get the job yourself? No, of course.
Okay. Wow. So they take a high percentage.
You have a broker to pay. You have that agent to pay. Because there's an agent who sends someone in the field to...
Really?
So those people have to get. So you end up working hard by being paid
less. So in the UK we have an agent, and they take a maximum of, it depends how good they are, a maximum of 20% of the salary.
I wish it comes here.
Yeah. But there's laws in the UK to protect actors. Yeah. And if you're a member of, it's called equity. If you're a member of equity and you're assigned, then you're protected and you have fair pay for whichever.
I'm telling you, we need such people with good hearts. And we are hoping that we who have really understood what it takes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in the future, we would fight for new people in the field to get good.
Yeah, so I think that really brings us on to a nice subject, because one of the things that we're here now at the Playwrights Playhouse in Mengo on Balantuma Road in Uganda. And this is Philip Luswata's new theatre.
Yes.
And you guys are working with him. Yes. And so tell me a bit about your initiative, what you want to do. And I think it sort of links into giving fair trade to other actors and artists.
Now, Playwrights Playhouse, as you hear the word, playwrights, it's basically for playwriters or writers.
Yeah.
So it is their place to put to life what they are thinking. So to write on paper. Now the playhouse comes in with we the actors.
Yeah.
That when so
it's a collaboration.
When a play is written, maybe Jovan has written a play, and he wants Lugave to come and act it out. So the Playwrights Playhouse gives that platform.
Yeah.
Jovan, the writer, is being given a platform where he can call Jovan Lugave to come and do what? Act. So it's basically a platform for artists. So if you write a piece, bring it on. Playwrights Playhouse will give you the actors, because we have actors, we have writers, we have directors, we have producers. So it's a media. I would say it's a media house that wants to put life into art, and at the end of it all, generate
some income.
Yes. And that's why you see it's like a small place, but it has a lot.
Yeah.
It has a lot of...
You have a stage, you have a theatre.
The stage, yes. And the stage is basically... The stage is there, yes. And the audience is for those that really appreciate art. And we believe it's only 100% of the... It's not 100%. So a few people will appreciate art.
Yeah.
Even if it is new, they'll really appreciate it. So few people will come. And we believe out of maybe 1,000, 100 will come. And that's why we have 100 seats.
I see.
So we believe in 100 people. Because, if I'm an actor on stage, or if I'm a writer, and my piece is being staged, and I have 100 people watching it, I'm telling you, I know those 100 people
want to
will go and tell the 100 people, and at the end of it all, they will appreciate.
That's interesting, because in the UK, a lot of comedians say, and actors say that they'd rather please the 10% of their audience that they want than the whole audience, because you never please everybody. Because
most of the people who come to theatre, yes, we know they appreciate because they put in their money. But you'll find that you're on stage acting and someone is on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
That is not appreciating art.
No, that's true.
Someone is talking to their girlfriend or a boyfriend somewhere, or a boss, or reporting something.
So how are you gonna deal with distribution of, if you film something, how will you distribute? Will you put it on YouTube and give them links, or?
Yes, we are going to put it, like we are opening up our YouTube
channel.
We have a website being designed now. We'll be having our Facebook page.
Yeah.
run by someone. We have Instagram. And yeah, we have connections now. Since we are planning to launch it, we are inviting in a team of journalists
Okay.
to do the job.
Yeah.
So the moment it reaches the journalists, we know it has now gone out because they will write about it. Monitor will publish about it. Bouquet will publish about it. Television journalists will really be talking about it because they believe in Philip. They know Philip. Each time
Philip Luswata,
Philip Luswata releases something, it is something unique. Like if I'm to tell you maybe a secret why I am working with Philip.
This is going on a podcast, so there's more than many more people are going to hear this.
I thought. Okay. Why I joined? Why I wanted to work with Philip? I grew up. I watched Philip's ad, and everyone will tell you this. Everyone want to work with Philip because of one thing that he did. He wrote an advert that aired on was it Ugandan UTV, Ugandan television, and it went viral. Everyone of my age, even the other people, the next generation that
you grew up watching him.
They saw that advert, and each time they meet him, they say, "Yeah, this is the guy who featured in this advert." Just one advert like this. So Philip is ever bringing out unique things. Unique, like something new. And yes, Jovan would wish to work with such people.
Yeah.
I don't want to work with the old people. Do the same thing. I want to challenge myself by doing something new.
So how did you meet Philip? Was it at Macquarie?
Not at Macquarie. In 2011, I went to visit my cousin at the National Theatre, and a person was working with Philip. I don't want to tell the name.
Yeah, that's okay.
Philip, and person introduced me to Philip, and I was shocked. You know, I looked at Philip and I was like, this is the guy. I said, this is the guy I should work with. And by then I was working with my dad. My dad has a transport company. I was working with him. So I started joining, like coming in for the comedy shows. I used to have Bob Dwyer comedy show at the National Theatre.
Yeah.
So I used to go there every Thursday. Then later on, his by then manager, Mr. Julius Rogaya, asked me, why don't you come and work with us? You can come. Maybe you have costumes. You can help us with the costumes. So I started with the costumes. I went into the cable department. With time. Now
You did lots of different jobs.
Yes. Now Philip noticed me. That I'm that guy who is ever.
You know that's how Jim Carrey started.
Oh, wow. So I have a brother.
You have a brother. He started as a sound guy, and they noticed that he was the funniest in amongst the group, and then they said, this guy would be great for the TV. And then they put him on Saturday Night Live, I think it was, and that's where he did lots of sketches, and then from there he made his career. So you're going down the correct route.
Yeah. So when I joined, Philip by then was teaching at Chambo University. So now I joined Macquarie University because I wanted to know how to act, to be like them on stage. Yes, I do the costume, but I want also to stand on the same stage with them.
Yeah.
Mostly with Philip. In 2012. That's Christmas 2012. That's the first time I stepped on stage with Philip. And I was acting as his dad. Now,
his dad?
Yes. Like a stepdad.
Okay, but I think he's like more your dad. Like,
okay, now.
How old is
he's like 40.
Don't tell him their age. He wants to keep it private. But it's probably on IMDb and Wikipedia anyway, so.
Yeah. So he was my stepson, in a bar. And I was also shocked, and for him, he was not even shocked at all.
Only in Uganda.
Yeah. So, in 2012, that's when I started acting with Philip.
Yeah.
Back then, mid 2011, that's when I joined. Then I was doing the cable and costume, and he was ever on and off. Because of his usual trips to Nairobi. Yeah. That's when I got to meet Philip. Then at Macquarie, he taught me.
Well, I'm going to be interviewing him as well, so I'm going to ask him these things to check the details. And I'm sure it's true because you've got witnesses here as well. So
I don't know if he still knows the story, but it's okay.
I'm sure he does. But he must see potential in you.
Yeah, he knows how we connect.
Yeah.
So one day, when I went to campus, he was shocked that I was doing drama.
Yeah.
It's like, what? You're here? Yes, I'm here. You mean you're a student at Macquarie University? Department of Performing Arts? I'm like, yes. Like, okay. That's nice. From that day.
You're friends.
Yeah.
And now he's like your stepdad.
True story.
on stage you're his, in real life he's yours.
In real life, yeah. He's my dad, friend, boss.
Yeah. It's good to have like a mentor, yeah.
He has taught me a lot.
So do you think he's going to get you to Hollywood? Potentially, is he going to take you, or do you? Because you said that people who are influenced, it can influence like these things. Do you think you'll put your name forward for it?
I see that happening.
You hope, you pray.
Yes, and I believe it is good.
You believe.
Amen. Because of recent, he invited me to a set, and I was shocked, and so many people wanted to be on that set. Though I went as Grips van driver.
Yeah.
Then I joined the Grips team. Because when I went on set, I was their van driver, the Grips. Then after 2 weeks, I requested to join the Grips.
Okay.
And the head of department, Grips, was like, it's okay. First, we are just waiting for you to start working with us. And boom, I worked with them. And it was really a wonderful experience because I didn't know how to do the cables. Because me, I used to just rap.
Yeah.
But now I know how to.
You saw me setting up here. Have you seen how nice and organized this is?
And when I saw the cable in the dust, and I felt bad. Because after that, we have to clean the cables.
You have to clean the cables afterwards. Yeah. I've seen how they plug things in Uganda. It's not safe.
Not safe.
No.
But when you're working with now Playwrights Playhouse,
it's safe.
I respect equipment.
It's expensive.
It's very, very expensive because we believe we now taste the pain.
So was this where? So in terms of like how the Playwright Playhouse works, is it a collaboration where you all have a share of it? Have you all invested some money, or is it?
I've not invested any money in Playwrights Playhouse, but I've invested my time.
Your time.
And effort, maybe that I can say, because it has just started in January, end of January. Yes, it was there, but now it is serious. Started in January. We've had so many meetings, so many developmental ideas that we've shared, so many things have been. Yeah. So it's basically time and effort. That's what I've invested in, and I believe in it.
So what's the end goal for it? I mean, how far? I mean, it seems like a kind of a community like initiative, rather than like something that you're trying to get rich off. It seems like it's more about the writing, more about the collaboration, more about the art. But if you can then pay yourselves and pay other actors.
No, we believe at the end of it all, like I said, it's a media company.
Yeah. So you want to be a production company that produce films, produce plays.
Because when we sell tickets, maybe here.
Yeah.
Because our tickets are going to be a bit expensive.
Because it's going to be quality.
Yeah. Now, like this coming project that we have, this 30 Years of Bananas by Alex Mukulu, directed by Philip Luswata. We've really invested in it. Like the time started in March.
Yeah.
We're going to go April and end of May is when the show is. So you see, so by the time we release such a thing, we've invested in, we've done good work.
Yeah.
So we believe even the person who is coming to watch wants to consume good work and he's willing to pay. And that's why the fee is 50,000 Ugandan shillings. Here, most of the guys are paying 20,000.
Yeah.
But ours, it's 50,000.
And if you have the Mzungu, which means white person, you could charge them 100,000.
True story.
I've noticed. I've been trying to bargain on Uganda Road, and they're saying like 50,000 shillings. I'm like, nah, 8,000. and then I buy for 30,000.
Yeah, our tickets will be there. So we believe after like this project that we have, 30 Years of Bananas, there will be a pay. And also these projects that we're going to be shooting here, after selling them, the exact money that is going to come in. Yeah. So that's why I say that in Uganda, if you want to earn from art, you have to be with another.
You have to use people above you.
Now, this one is just for, yes, you're doing, but you have another income.
Yeah.
Injecting project.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that. I'll speak to Philip about it, that he's still lecturing, which is quite humbling, really, because, he's been to Hollywood, he's been to the UK, he's been on big films, and he's coming back and he's teaching.
I'm thinking he has that passion of teaching.
Passion, yeah. So he's doing it for the love.
Probably it's a generational curse.
Yeah, maybe.
And he has to teach.
Maybe.
And he feels that, okay, each time we bring in new actors here, or new playwrights, he believes they have not got that touch that he wants.
Okay.
So he wants to teach.
He wants to teach. Okay.
Yes.
And then I guess for him, he then has people that can work for him in films, and he has many contacts and casting opportunities.
True story.
So one of the things also that, I know Anne Consima, and she's been to the UK. She made her first big break in Kenya, with Citizen TV. How likely are you to try and sort of hit the Kenyan market as well? Because there's a lot of money in Kenya as well. Or you want to keep it pure and make it for Ugandans? Or
I'm thinking here in Uganda we have Kenyans have good art, but also I want to have something new here in Uganda.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What I mean
if I get an opportunity to go to Nairobi for a show, I'll fly.
If you were to advise, and I hope you're going to get some Ugandan listeners, if you were to advise somebody who's young, like maybe 16, who wants to be an actor in Uganda, what would you advise them? How would you advise them? What steps should they take?
First, before I even lay out my advice, I enjoy working with young children. Because even here at Playwrights Playhouse, that is my department. I deal with the children.
Yeah.
And each time I go to train, I enjoy it more when it's being created by them, the children, because they have that good art.
Yeah, the creativity that adults can't find.
Because me, I'll be thinking about my children, I'll be thinking about my girlfriends, I'll be thinking about... So I'll not give you the good quality thing that you need.
They're quite pure.
But these children really produce good things. So someone who wants to join art, I say they shouldn't be too desperate to join. Because if you're desperate, they will use that opportunity for you being desperate. Then they will
exploit, as a word, exploit that talent. So it's the best thing to do, really. You maybe agree, is that join the local amateur dramatics, be active, but don't be desperate to make the fame that should come.
Yes, and also have the zeal to learn.
So absorb information,
Because that has really taught us a lot. Because me, I didn't want to show people that I know how to act, but I've always wanted to go for those workshops.
Well, it's quite clear in your progression that taking on meeting Philip Luswata and shadowing him has really helped you progress.
Yes,
because he's seen the experience. He knows where the scams are. He knows where the corruption is. He can advise on all of those things.
You get to know, you get to get smarter.
Yeah.
Because there they will call you, Jovan, we have this gig. Because I want to act, I'll go and they'll give me that small money.
Yeah.
But if I go there and I know my worth, Jovan, I cannot go for 50,000. No. You want me to feature in your movie? Give me maybe 500.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because that's my worth.
And you don't know when.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll wait for another project that will pay me that good money. And that's the problem with our young children.
Because if you take too less, they think they take the space.
All they want is to appear on screen.
That's
all. Which is not a good thing, because you don't grow.
Yeah.
Take your time. Don't just rush into things. Yeah.
So, what do you want to achieve out of the next year? What's the plan for the next year?
I want to be that guy who can share my talent.
You want to be the guy that can share your talent to the world or to younger people?
To the young people.
To the young people.
Yes.
That's a very selfless.
To be that ability. Financially, physically, so that I can go and teach the young ones how to do it.
That's really weird. That's really warm, because many people in that situation would want to get all their success and just keep getting more successful. Whereas you seem to have this spirituality where you want to become successful, but then lift other people to enjoy their success as well.
Yeah, because that's what I've also experienced. Because I have this lady, she's quite old, Madam Kaya. She has raised me. I have two parents. I have Philip Rusat as my dad in the art. I have Madam Kaya as my mom in art. And they have always groomed me like slowly. Take it slow, Jovan. Take it easy. You get there. You will get there. So I also want to extend the few things they've taught me, or the many things they've taught me, to the next person.
The next generation.
Yes. Because I'm thinking it will help them out. Because those who have not gotten that chance, I see them losing out. Because me, I've been in the art, I've not done any other job. Each time I go for another job, I quit. I get back because I feel it's not what I really want. Because at the end of it all, I want to, like I told you, I want to extend it. I want also to leave something behind. And I learned through this guy. This guy pushed me. This guy taught me this.
So you want to leave the world in a slightly better place than how you came into it.
True story.
That's very heartwarming. Thank you, Jovan.
You're welcome.
Wow, what an intriguing conversation with Jovan. You know, I'm sure he's destined for great things in the acting industry, and it's really refreshing to know that his end goal with it is to teach and to help other people and to give other people opportunities. So it is really amazing. I mean, I don't want to sound too forceful, but honestly, go and make yourself a beverage of your choice and tuck into episode 12 with Philip Luswata, and you'll realise why Jovan really looks up to him and that he's really behind his vision for the Playwrights Playhouse. To see you in a mo.